I was never my husband's ex's friend, not to talk of best friend. I've never met her. I've never seen her. She doesn't have my number. I don't have her number. And today I'm telling you guys, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. If anyone has proof, of otherwise, I dare you to bring it out. I was never friends with anyone. I don't even know her. I've never met her. And so when I see comments like, she's your best friend, she introduced you to her husband and you snatched him, you're so wicked, you're so this, nothing like that happened.
A few moments later.
Daddy Freeze, we had like this, there was a birthday party for one of my husband's friends, his son. And we all went for that, but I think at that time she was pregnant, but they weren't even married. So we went with my husband, who was like a brother to me at that time. And we went for this birthday, me and him and my sister and my younger brother and his friend that, had the party for his son. And I knew his friend. And we got there and Tonto was across the table from over there and it was late at night. So it wasn't an introduction where he said, hey, Tonto, meet Rosy. He just generalized it where we were sitting with him from her and her. She was sitting with her friend. And he just said, my Gambian family, these are my family. And then he told us that he would introduce us better, like, out of there. Because there was music. And so it's not like, I didn't speak to her like, hi. I didn't talk to her. After that day, I never saw her in my life. And she left. She was pregnant. Us from there, we were going out. I don't even know how to explain it again because they've already told me what is supposed to be my truth.
Hey guys, you need to listen to this video. Tonto Dikeh is actually a prophetess. This video was made on the 30th of January this year. Tonto Dikeh had already replied her ex-husband's wife, Rosy Meurer, in advance. Watch this.
I used to be that girl that stopped and threw stones at every dog that barked. Until I took a step back and realized that some people don't just say words to you or push you or ignite your anger because they can win you in a battle, but because they just want a response so that other people would identify with the person that they have told them that you are. So if there's anything you're going to take home today, it's for you to stab the enemy. Stab them. You do not have to reply to everything that comes your way. At the end of the day, peace is more important than chaos. Not everyone deserves your voice, and most especially, not every human deserves your name placed beside theirs.
Wow, hello my people, welcome back to the channel. This is Jewel TV. Ever since Tonto Dikeh and ex-husband posted birthday pictures of King Andre, the internet has not rested. Rosy Meurer Churchill has made videos trying to defend herself, trying to clear some narratives. And the recent one with Daddy Freeze has just, brought the internet on fire again, even making it triple the dragging that she had.
Because if I wanted to have an affair with Churchill, I would have had an affair with him from time when I knew him, before he even got anyone pregnant, before he even got married. I had the opportunity. I wasn't interested. He was not my spec. And that goes back to the question where you asked me, how did all that brotherly love turn to, couple relationship and stuff? It just happened. All through that saga where, back and forth, I told you I was new to it. I didn't really know like how the internet worked or anything like that. Coming out on that space, it was a battle. Oh, don't worry. He was assuring my family members that, as he has put me in this busy like this now, he will do everything to clear it. That's how they started making me grant interviews that me, I didn't even know where I was. If you look at my face there with my eyebrows, everything, looking lost. Everything I said, they made me say. It's not like I came out, but it was truth. It was like the truth. I didn't know who she was. I know that, okay, yes, she's an actress. Growing up, yes, I did watch her on TV in Gambia. And it's not like I didn't hate her. In fact, funny enough, she was one of the actresses that I liked watching and enjoyed watching. But I didn't know her, and I didn't really know much about Nollywood until I came to Nigeria.
So let's break it down gently, because if you think this saga was over, my people, think again. This drama between Tonto Dikeh and Rosy Meurer has taken another turn, and this time It is the fans that are doing the FBI work. After Rosy recently granted that interview with Daddy Freeze, trying once again to clear the air about the whole Churchill Tonto situation, social media did not rest but was watching quietly. The interview opened another round of analysis, dragging and serious side eye. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Fans went as far back as digging an old video Tonto posted in January 2026. Yes, so people will scroll deep when they are determined. And in that video, Tonto talked about starving the distraction and choosing peace over chaos. She basically said sometimes the best response is silence. Don't feed what is trying to get your attention. At the time she posted it, it looked like, just like one of these motivational posts. But now fans are saying that it was not ordinary. They are claiming it was an advanced reply, that she had already responded before Rosy even spoke. Oh my god, is Tonto now a prophetess? And the caption, starve the distraction. That's the part that has everybody talking. Because after Rosy's live interview, people started connecting the dots. They are saying that Tonto has already decided not to engage publicly anymore and that the video was a subtle clapback. Guys, do you think this is actually what that video meant? But that's not all, guys. The main reason people are still dragging Rosy is because of what they call inconsistencies in her story during the interview. At one point, she reportedly said she had never known or seen Tonto before. Then later, in the same conversation, she explained that she had seen her once at a celebration when her husband's friend's son was having a party. According to her, it was just a casual introduction. They weren't even married at that time and it meant nothing. But fans quickly pointed something out. They said during that period, Tonto was pregnant. So how can it be casual? How can you say you didn't know her, but then say you met her once? For some people, that shift in explanation didn't sit well. And social media, once they sense a contradiction, that is it. Screenshots, old videos, timelines, everything will start flying around. Another part that got people talking was that the Freeze owns input. He mentioned that Olakunle Churchill didn't handle things well back then, especially knowing how social media works. That the Freeze suggested that snapping pictures with his ex publicly, also, especially when emotions were still fresh, might not have been the best move.
My take. I'm divorced.
Okay.
I haven't seen my kids. Churchill's situation was similar to my situation. I haven't seen my kids in 10 years. So my ex now calls me. Maybe she becomes born again and decides to reach out to me and says, okay, you know what? I want you to see the kids. Or if I'm going to go there, I'm remarried now. I have to think of my current wife. Because my current wife has stayed with me longer than my ex-wife stayed with me. How would my current wife feel if she sees me posing with my ex-wife and children? We have to be honest. You see, we have to put ourselves in people's shoes.
Okay.
I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense.
No, it's making sense.
Me,
It's making sense.
If I'm reconciling with my ex to play a fatherly role in my children's life, we will not take picture together. I'll take picture with my children. I'll not take picture with my ex. Not because it means anything, but because of the way social media will interpret it.
Would interpret it, yeah.
He said maybe certain boundaries should have been clearer. If it was about the child, then focus on the child, not unnecessary closeness that could trigger speculations. And honestly, that part sparked another debate entirely. Some people are now asking, was this whole situation poorly managed from the beginning? Could this have been less messy if certain pictures were not taken? If certain public displays were avoided? Trust social media. Those pictures Tonto Dikeh took with her ex-husband got people wowing, I wish this couple could come back again, or Tonto is coming back to take what was hers, or Tonto could still marry him as the wife and then Rosy becomes second wife. A lot of unnecessary suggestion and talk in the comment section. Let's be real, in Nigeria, celebrity relationships don't just end quietly. There's always this fan loyalty, there's always sides, and there are always history. Now, here is the big question people are whispering. Is Rosy trying to guard a territory? Some fans feel like the interview was a way of setting boundaries, like she's saying, this is my home, this is my husband, let the past stay in the past. He can have access to his child, but remember, the boundaries had to be set. That kind of thing. And others, however, are not convinced. They are asking if the repeated explanations shows confidence or insecurity. Is she over explaining because she wants to finally close the chapter, or is there something deeper she's still trying to correct in public perception? And that is where things really get sensitive, because once people start seeing, is there more to her past she's trying to cover, it moves from simple gist to very serious speculation. The truth is, none of us were in those rooms. None of us know exactly what conversations happened behind closed doors. But social media doesn't deal in silence. It deals in perception. And perception is powerful. Right now, Tonto has not directly responded to the interview. No long live video, no fresh drag, just that old video resurfacing and doing all the talking for her. Some are even saying that thank God Tonto is now born again, the spirit of Jesus is in her, that if not, Rosy would have received the dragging and the, clapback of her life. Fans are having so many things to say. Some are praising her for staying quiet. They say maturity is silence. They say she has grown. They say she is protecting her peace. Others think that silence is strategic, that sometimes saying nothing makes the other person look louder. Meanwhile, Rosy supporters are saying she has the right to defend herself, that she has been called many names for years, that she deserves to speak her truth. And honestly, this saga has lasted years already. We've seen public figures fight, we see the emotional posts, we've seen interviews, we have seen counter interviews, we have seen tears, and we have seen denials. But the internet never forgets. Every time one person speaks, an old video resurfaces. Every time someone tries to clear their name, a new angle appears. The real issue now is not even what happened years ago. It is about the narrative control. Who gets to define the story? Is it the one who speaks louder, or the one who stays silent, or the fans who piece everything together? Another thing people are saying is this: why now? Why grant this interview at this moment? Was it triggered by something behind the scenes, or was it just an attempt to finally close a chapter, or was it even about spoiling that boy's birthday so that it would be people talking about Rosy and not Andre? A lot of questions. And let's talk about the emotional energy. When someone says starve the distraction, it can mean many things. It can mean don't respond, don't engage, don't fuel drama, protect your peace. But when fans attach it to a person, it suddenly becomes shade. That's the tricky part of social media. Once the media decides who a message is about, that meaning sticks. So now every motivational post from Tonto will be analyzed. Every interview Rosy does will be dissected. Every move Churchill makes will be watched. And at the freeze, he has already dropped his own balanced take, saying maybe things could have been handled better back then, which honestly might be the only neutral statement in this whole storm. At this point, the conversation has moved beyond who did what. It is now about boundaries, respect, public image, and closure. Is Rosy simply tired of being labeled? Is Tonto Dikeh choosing silence as strength? Or are both women just trying to move on in different ways? Because here is something we don't always consider. Healing looks different for different people. For one person, healing is speaking. For another person, healing is silence. For one person, clarity means explaining everything. For another person, clarity means saying nothing at all. But the fans, they want resolution, they want a clear villain, they want a clear victim, and they want one final truth. And life really works like that. Right now, the backlashes are still pouring in, comment sections are divided, some are calling Rosy brave for facing the issue head on, while others are saying that the interview only created more questions than answers. And Tonto, she's trending again without saying a word. Sometimes silence is really loud. But let me ask you honestly, do you think Rosy's interview was about clearing her name, setting boundaries, or protecting her territory? Or do you think Tonto Dikeh already said everything she needed to say when she told us to starve the distraction? And in all of this, who is truly at peace? Guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section. I would like to read from all of you. Thanks for watching. I remain your girl Ima, and I can't wait to see you on my next interesting video. Bye.
Jewel TV.